Alrighty, hello, welcome back to another Heroes Battleground video. Today we're doing something a little different. We're making a tier list video. I've never actually made this before in a video. I think I have a good, pretty understanding knowledge about this game, where I think I can actually go over every single one of these and give you a reasoning as to where they go in their placement. And I haven't seen nobody make this in a while, especially with the introduction of Jet, Overhaul, and Split Ice Mastery, which we're not going to get into. We already know it's going to be overpowered, so I'm not going to throw them in here. But if you guys enjoy, please leave a like, sub up, you know the whole YouTube gist, and we're gonna get straight into it. Starting off this list, okay? I actually have a list just to remind myself, just like to confirm it what I put. And what makes these go into certain tier lists, right, is the capabilities of being strong in a 1v1, great mobility, great offense, great defense, also be able to hold your own in like a team fight where you're getting jumped, and we're also taking ult into suggestion. So just keep that in mind. So starting this off, we're gonna put Green Hero in A tier. He's a solid character. He really is like the great way to understand the game. He has great damage output. I believe his dash is a bit bigger than his hitbox. We actually can go check real quick, right? So we're on the wiki. Sorry, there's like a lot of stuff everywhere. The pros are possesses huge damage. He's second place in tier list. Ultimate is great. Like all of this is like really going over like everything of like what's so good. Now the problem so far with Green Hero is that if you have a basic understanding of how he works, he can be punishable. Like his ult, you do get a lot of whiffs. So if you don't have great timing or understand how the abilities work, you are probably going to miss. Other than that though, he's really great. Great mobility. He can hold his own in a team fight. In a 1v1, he's very dangerous. His first move, Detroit Smash, is actually even like a counter if you know how to time it right, just because you have a little bit of hyper armor. So honestly, I feel like no one would argue against this. Green Hero is arguably A tier. Now we have Stain, who has gotten a lot of like nerfs back to back, and I believe that kind of like shows you how good he is. I'm going to put him in A tier. Underneath Green Hero, of course, he's gotten hit with a lot of nerfs, but he's still very valuable. In a team fight, he's great. The only thing that kind of messes him up is his movement. He doesn't really have the greatest of movement. Here's some of his pros that the wiki says and the cons. Some of these I agree with, some of them I don't. His fourth move is a hit or miss. If you understand your timing, you are always going to land it. His ult is also great since it's, basically counter and big AoE. Overall, he's a great character. In 1v1s, he's dangerous. A lot of good people pick him up. His nerf has kind of made him a little bit... If it wasn't for his nerf, he would be meta. But with his knives taking a hit and, he's been hit really hard, so he has to drop down to A tier. But overall, he's still an amazing character, and I would highly recommend playing him. Next up, my most hated character, which this might be biased. I personally think Todoroki, Split Ice, is meta. He's meta. I mean, sure, he doesn't have any mobility, but why would you need mobility from people that are like, you basically want to run away from this character. He has a great counter, which needs to be fixed, because even if you don't exactly make contact and you side dash away, you can still get frozen. You don't have to worry about people's evasives, just because you can't escape him. He already uses 2 moves by the time you get to escape, and even then he's already going on cooldown, and he still has 1 more move that can push you away. His ult is kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie to you. His ult is very, very dangerous. Like I said, even without movement, he is just overall great. In team fights, he's still a dangerous person to pick. I've been jumped by like 3 people before, and I usually go to Split Ice just because if there's that many people, Split Ice can usually take care of them, just because a lot of his moves have AoE. Not to mention, when you do finish somebody off, your 4th move becomes a giant iceberg that just explodes and does massive damage. Overall, he's just a great guy, but I genuinely hate people who pick Toto. So if you pick him, I hate you, but you already know why he's so good. Next up, Azur, the sweaty of the sweats. Now, he has also been hit with a ton of nerfs. If it wasn't for his nerfs, he would be in meta. I'd honestly put him over Toto, but he has been hit a lot, and he is still very valuable. In team fights, his mobility, his ult, everything about it is good. I would put him in meta if it wasn't for his nerfs, but even then, he is still so good. His passive when you defeat somebody is you get extra damage on your M1s, and it lasts for a fairly good long time. So in team fights, it's very, very good to have in Azur. Not to mention his mobility for his 4th move is just great. He can also extend almost every single one of his abilities can be put into a wall combo. Now sure, some of them, launch you away, but even then, if you're getting ready to run out of moves or anything, or you need great distance, he's literally your go-to character. He's overall really good. I would put him in meta, but I feel like everyone can agree that he's in high A tier. I think he actually runs A tier. Next up, we have Explosion Hero, which this might get a lot of backlash. He's going to be the first one in C tier. Now hear me out before all you Explosion Hero fanboys get pressed. The reason he is in there, okay? In a 1v1, he is amazing. A lot of great combo potential, but here's a big but. He doesn't have the best movement. In a group fight, he just gets punished way too much. His ult's really good. His ult's like by far one of my favorite ults, but he also doesn't have mobility. The only mobility move that he technically has is his 4th move, but you have to connect for that to land. And even if you don't connect, you're getting punished. A lot of his moves have to be set up for you first hitting, like, for example, the 1st and 3rd move, you have to hit it first before you can even use it. Or I think it's his 2nd one. They have a 2nd activation where you can use it, but you have to hit the 1st move to use it, basically. Or I don't know if that's true or not. I'll check in a little bit, but which is really sucky because a pro picking up Explosion Hero is very dangerous. He is super good. Like, every single one of these characters are all good in their own way. In a group fight, you don't really see people picking Explosion Hero just because he gets punished way too easy. If you miss and someone just jumps in your ones, it's really, really hard to land him. And this is also going to hurt me because this is my favorite character. This is who I main. Shigaraki is C tier. First off, in a 1v1, he is pretty damn good. I mean, almost every single one of his moves can connect. He also has a counter. He's great. His mobility is a little iffy just because his 4th move is technically mobility and his 2nd move is, but they have a little bit of end lag there where you can still punish him. What makes him bad though is a lot of his moves you can actually punch him out of in team fights or just in a 1v1. His 1st move, if you evade out of it and you dash into him, it's basically cancelable. Sure, he can use his counter, but he has to basically time that right. And in group fights, you can actually punch him out of Void Step. Not to mention, if you use his counter, you can actually punish it very well. It's very easy to punish. Sure, you can wall combo with a lot of this, but he's not the best in team fights. His ult is also not the best. Here's my opinion though. I believe his ult is the best one to use in the game. It's so fun, it's super creative. True Evil doesn't usually ever connect though, and even then it doesn't do as much damage because the other person can participate in the ult. His counter is very good, but I wish they made where you can get his the person's ult counter if they use it. But instead you get the basic ability, so no one's ever going to use the basic ability in a fight. Or disable ability is kinda iffy. You can sometimes land it. Really his best move is the scatter ult, and even then that's a long wind up. He's gonna go in C tier. This really hurts me though. Alright, taking the first spot of this tier list is going to be Jet Engine. He's going to be B tier. Now, I wanted to put him in A, but I just feel like it was right to put him in B, just because I feel like people haven't discovered his true potential yet. He is really good. I actually was playing him a lot, and he's really fun. What makes him B tier though is a lot of his stuff can be punishable, but you can also guard break with a lot of these. So that also helps him a lot. His ult's super good. Everything about him is great. He's also the speedy character. But there's one thing that's been holding him back, and I don't think they will fix it, or maybe they don't know how to fix it, is his air combos. His air combos are just so weird. I love them. I always use them. It's my go-to. Even if they don't do the most damage, I still use them. But sometimes they don't allow you to M1, or they drop you to the ground, or there's always something buggy with his air combos, and it messes up a lot of people. But overall, he is B tier. He does have the potential to be A tier, even meta, honestly. I truly think Jet Engine has the potential to be great. Now, he doesn't have AoE moves, sadly. Most of these you usually use him in a 1v1. In a 1v1, he slams most of the time, but in a group fight, he doesn't really do the best of jobs. Other than that, though, his ult's great, mobility's great, everything about him is great. It's just he's super buggy, and they need to fix him for him to be A tier. Next up in the meta class is going to be Overhaul. A lot of people can't play this character yet, so they don't know his full potential. He is arguably one of the strongest characters in the game right now. He can usually 9 times out of 10 beat everyone on this list, but he's not even finished yet, Dipolo. I know, that's what makes him scary, and I understand that right now they're gonna nerf him when they get figure out the the balancing. A lot of his moves you can't punish because he gets his guard back quick. He has a move that can also disable one of your abilities, so that can also mess up your combo string. His mobility is his 2nd move, which you can also instantly block, so they can't really punish you if you miss. His 4th move has basically 4 built-in other moves that you can use, basically kind of like Hero Killer. Not to mention, he has one of the easiest 0 to death combos in the game. Out of all of them, he probably has by far the easiest one. Now, this might just be biased. You could say he's B tier if you wanted. In a group fight, he's not doing much. I believe in a group fight, he's holding his own against 3 people. I mean, he's overall really, really good if you know how to play him. But you have to say the same for every single character. So, I mean, I can give a new character Overhaul, and they'll understand how he works in 5 minutes, and they'll be the best character ever. Next up is Warp Portal. I'm gonna put him, back then he used to be the true 0 to death combo. He would be meta. But with his rework, they actually drop him down to where he's actually really balanced. I'm gonna say he's in between these two. Now we'll put him up here actually. He's actually really great for combos. He's also really good in a group fight. His ult's also kind of the same, but it also gets the job done. His mobility is a little lackluster, which, you know, makes up for it because if he has high damage and he has grab moves, he can grab through block, he can have a lot of combo extenders. He's overall really, really good. You can, if you really want to, you can say he's meta. I honestly wouldn't argue against it, but overall he is genuinely very, very solid. Not to mention his passive, where if you defeat an enemy you also get a warp punch, which is almost the same as Dobby. So they both are very, very alike. It's just Dobby is still 1,000 times better. Now we're getting to the mastery characters, which is probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but this just has to be said though for each one of these characters. First up on the list is going to be Green Hero V2. This is gonna get a lot of hate. I understand if you want to hate me for this, you can go ahead. But let me give you my point, okay? He is high B. He had the potential to be A. Actually, back in the old days, he actually ran in every single 1v1 or group fight. He was the one that used to be meta. Everyone would pick him up just because he was so good. The damage was great. It was really hard to fight against him. He had a 0 to death combo. Everything about him was great. So what happened? He was so amazing that they had to gut him down. Sure, he's still good today, but he's not as good as he used to be. Right now, he only has about 2 combo strings that he can do, and everyone knows which one I'm talking about because everybody likes to do it. His mobility is he can fly up super in the air, do extra damage when you come down, but that's gonna be super punishable, so it's not very recommended. His ult, his new one, is really, really good. His ult can last for a super, super long time as well, so I honestly think nobody would argue against that. Anyone who played Heroes Battleground back then would tell you Deku V2 was a monster. And he actually needed the nerfs because he was just that insane. But I think it's fair to put him in B tier now. He's great in group fights. It'd just be disrespectful to disrespect the old V2 that used to be meta. They balance him out very good though. I still think he's very valuable. It's just, I feel like all of these characters up here can actually beat him in a 1v1, even his own base. Next up we have Stain V2. He's going to be put right here. Now, I know a lot of the sweat players are getting mad at me for this. You can get mad at me all you want, but he is a menace. He is truly a menace, and I think he is super great. He does have a little room for rework. I know they not gutted him, but they nerfed him a good bit. He would be meta if it wasn't for the nerfs. He even has a few gimmicks where I believe if you do a jump slam while using your first move, you can actually continue a M1 chain. You can also use your second move to kind of like pull them towards a wall-to-wall combo. He is really great. He's really fun. The nerfs made him a little balanced, but he's still overall really good. And in a 1v1, you are beating almost everybody. His mobility is not there. He's not the best to use in team fights, but you can use him. His ult is very, very hard to fight against. Normally, I'm confident fighting anybody ult besides him and Todo. And I just think it's fair to put him in A tier. Now, a lot of people were waiting for this one. Azure V2. Honestly, he runs the gauntlet. He beats everybody. He's very annoying to fight against. He has a lot of 0 to death combos. He's great in team fights. His ult is the base form ult, which is that ult is pretty good overall. Even then, I think you would rather stay in your normal form just because his base kit is that much stronger than his ult form. His ult form just adds, extra health at that point. And there's a reason why everyone complains when you pick this character up, because he is that good. Even then though, he's also been hit with nerfs, but it's just still not enough. I think actually they buffed a few of his things. In team fights, he's really valuable. I think overall everyone can agree that Dobby V2 just runs the gauntlet on everybody here. And of course everyone's gonna be asking about, the strongest Mount Lady. We're not gonna count those characters just because you can't really access them technically. And this list could completely change since the update comes out on the 9th, and Overhaul could be, tweaked down a little bit where he's not as strong. They could lower him down to B tier, who knows. But I think this is a very solid list. I know a lot of people are going to get upset about, C tier and B tier, but it's very understandable. So yeah, that's going to be the tier list video that I've made. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and sub up, the whole YouTube gist. And if you don't agree, let me know in the comments below. Maybe you know something about these B and C tier characters that I don't know about. Maybe you think, Green Hero should be meta, or, Azure should be C tier. But I think this list is pretty solid overall. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna catch you later. Mwah. Peace out.